How's it going, everyone? Welcome back. Our Cincinnati Reds are currently 5-7 on a season. Not the best of starts, but at the same time, they've been an exciting bunch to watch play some baseball this season, whether it be some of the young guys in the rotation, some of the young guys playing well on the field. Reds currently got 5 guys batting over 300 in this lineup so far this season. The offense has been playing more than exceptional. The offense, which was a little bit of a concern entering the season. So far, it's been holding up. So far, the starting rotation has been holding up. Now, obviously, the back end, a little bit shaky, a little bit of concerns. But that top 3, you figure out the bottom 2 later. That top 3 has been really good. Getting Hunter Green, we'll see if this guy can get the control going, get that going figured out. Get deeper into games. But it feels promising with these 3 guys. Which leaves us to what has been the Reds' problem for a while now. And it's been a Reds problem, which once again, every season in the offseason, it makes you question, as a baseball fan, does a team want to actually ever try to compete and ever want to win if they don't address the bullpen? It was clear as day what held the Reds out of the playoffs. Was it 2 years ago? Clear as day. It was the bullpen. And instead of addressing the bullpen, they cut ties with players. They let more guys go. And now we've seen the bullpen for 3 straight years really dictate the reason this Cincinnati Reds can't be competitive. The Reds right now, not counting the game they went into with the bullpen that was at one point in time a tie, the Reds right now would have a 10-2 record if the bullpen could hold the lead when the Reds have it. The Reds currently only have 1 starting pitcher with a loss this season. 1. And he has 1. That tells you a lot about this team. The starting pitching's keeping them in games. The starting pitching's leaving games with leads. And the bullpen can't figure it out. And, personally, haven't been not the biggest fan of David Bell. I think they could have went another direction at this point in time. Nonetheless, it doesn't matter at this point. I don't feel like he can do right now. Some of these guys in the bullpen, it's like, who do you want him to bring in? Every time somebody starts to figure something out, you feel a little confident. They blow the lead, and some of it is a talent thing. I don't think San Martin's a starter in the league. Farmer, he had a solid year for the Reds last season, but he's been very up and down as a reliever in the MLB. Could he be a early inning kind of depth guy? Possibly, but besides that, I don't know, but I love Alexi Diaz. That's one of those games you just didn't expect that to happen. He goes out there and blows the game in the 9th inning. This guy still feel really good at that one bad game, but he's going to be a stud. You got some guys. You got a couple guys that have been stringing together some decent outings so far. And you have to hope and you can build and lean on those guys moving forward. I think as a Reds fan, it's just, again, it's tough. Same story, different year. You watch all the players leave, and it's tough not to see them bring in bullpen guys. Could say, hey, you bring in a couple studs. I don't even have to be couple studs. A couple stout guys that can bridge that 7th to 8th inning and keep the Reds in baseball games. You'd really want to know where they're at. And you go into this season, you're worried about the bats, worried about the rotation. I mean, I think we knew the bullpen was going to be a struggle, but you didn't know. You felt like this team couldn't go places possibly because of the bats, the rotation. They're playing well. You get the confidence going early. You don't know what happens, but the bullpen's got to figure it out. There's nothing more difficult, and we've seen this again with the Reds bats a couple years ago, where they felt like they was never out of a baseball game, and that just poured out confidence on this team. The opposite end of that is when you get to those late innings and you feel like it don't matter if you ever have a lead, your bullpen can't hold it. That just, the confidence straight down the toilet. And again, some of that, you do look at the manager for some stuff. I think the manager is a big thing on your players' morale, your players' confidence. We always talked about it. Some of us, a lot of Reds fans weren't big on some of the managerial decisions Dusty Baker had, but one thing he did really good was instill and get the best out of his players from a confidence standpoint, which is a really big thing in the MLB, especially coming in them pressure-packed situations out of the pen. But nonetheless, again, we see him trying different things, and it's just not working. Hopefully the Reds figure it out. I tell you what, I'm excited. That, to say the very least, to say some of these guys like Spencer Steer playing well, and I think if they can go into this offseason maybe start to begin that building up phase if the things continue to go on in that department. it's at least looking more promising for the Reds. I still feel like, the dog days of rebuilding, but we're on the uptrend over here in Cincinnati. It's exciting to see. We'll see this team hopefully figure things out. Love you guys' thoughts. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.